Day 26 update. Okay, so question seems to be a difficult one today, which is that if you'd have a miniature made for you, then what would it be and what setting would it be and things like that. So I don't really know is mostly the answer. So I've come up with, I quite like a miniature. I mean, the Warhammer releases this week have distracted me or taken up my mind with like the Dryads and things like that, which aren't released this week, where I can have the older models. But I thought kind of me, I quite like a miniature of me as a tree, kind of like the Dryads, but like a non-mobile Dryad, like sort of a living, like a sentient tree, but without the mobility. That's sort of what I go with. So I guess it would be my face on a tree, not just my face, but like the faces of sort of me in all of the moods which I could possibly be in, like happy, sad, eccentric, skippy, what other moods. And yeah, that's what I go with. And it would sort of be, I think it would be a city in a tree, not a city in a tree, a tree in a city. Darn, that sounds crazy. That sort of thing. And I think just that would be an interesting character to be, because oh yeah, and it would be sort of, you know, like vandalized like trees are, where people sort of have scraped in messages, but then it would sort of have its own sort of mystic messages. I don't have a good example, but sort of leading clues to places, because my idea is a tree would be able to change them, sort of thing, as part of its communication, as well as being able to talk. But yeah, that's what I would have. I'd have sort of a tree-esque self, sort of like Dryad or Treeman, but like without mobility. Yeah, something like that. That's what we go with anyway. Just, I don't really think I'd like a miniature to actually immortalise me, but if I had one, that would be it. Okay, cool. So today I've been painting up the Commander, who's our last model. So yeah, just got him sort of painted up and washed. I quite like the yellowy orange bit on the end of Flamer. I just got distracted, and mostly I thought, because I had another Flamer on this guy, and I thought that there's a bit too much brown, and I didn't really like where the brown was on the end of it, where it's on sort of the igniter thing and on the tip. So I sort of painted up the tip a different colour, which I thought was a bit better. Well, I like it more anyway. So yep, so washes are done. There's a nice little trail of green wash going through the basing, but that'd be alright. That's just gonna add probably a few layers of green wash just to the bit of terrain that came with the model. Just those foot plate sort of thing. I think hopefully it'll look alright with the blue base, otherwise it'll get repainted, go blue. So yep, so here's our last miniature. Yep, and what else we do, we just kind of, we stuck a metal rod to put this guy, the devilfish, on its base, just because the plastic thing kept snapping, and I think I was on like my third one, so I just put a bit of plastic card on the bottom that needs neatening out, and put a brass rod through, which hopefully will work out alright. It's working out better than the plastic rod was anyway. So yeah, that's what we've been doing today. So hopefully we'll get the Commander finished up tomorrow, and then that would be our challenge complete, and then we'll find something else to paint for a bit, which we're never going to run out of stuff to paint, I don't think, ever. So yeah, that's our update for day 26. Cool.